crazy day in the market over here. Guys, it's finally here. I can't even begin to describe to you guys how long I've been waiting for this type of move to the downside here. Everybody get your shopping list together. We're not there yet, obviously. Hopefully you guys have been paying attention to the post that I've been making on my X account here. Who asked for SPY to 670? Jesse, there you go. Yeah, that was the 670 to 671 was that first stop that I was talking about on X this morning. But ladies and gentlemen, we have finally broken to the downside of this big range of consolidation that we've been trapped in really since, I mean, this new one kind of since December here. Finally, I mean, this is exactly what we want to see. I think this is where a lot of people's fear starts to go up. For me, this is when my fear levels just start to go all the way down. This is as of right now, this is looking like the first necessary step that we need to take in the market in order to turn back on easy mode. Now, it might take a week, it might take 2 weeks, it might take a month. Now, this is kind of really everything that's unfolding right now is really lining up with what I've been outlining for you guys in terms of like the timeline of when we could see the market kind of bottom out and when we could start to see that really, really solid action starting to play out back in the market here, which is really kind of beginning. It's really April. I think April's kind of gonna kind of be that turning point in the market here. First up on the SPY there, which we can go back and take a look at here, was about 670, 671. Next, I mean, you do have another stop here at the 200 EMA, which is right around, again, that 655 area. Then you've got 650. Ideally, I will tell you guys this here, ideally, we get all the way back down to 615 on the SPY, hopefully. That'd be great. That would be ideal if we could get all the way back down there. So I think these types of markets, guys, in this prolonged period of chop and nonsense that we've been in, really show you who is committed to really having success in this game here. If you are able to listen to all of the things that we've been talking about within the LTMP group, on the streams here, in the videos, you're gonna set yourself up for success. That's just the name of the game. If you're an individual that tries to treat every single market condition the same and market environment the same, hopefully you learned like a valuable lesson over these last few months here that that's just not how it works. But now we are starting to get that push down. The S&P is down about 2.2% today. NASDAQ is down, I don't know, probably 2.5 here, moving towards that 200 EMA here. What's very interesting, and I'd like to take a look back at this because I haven't looked at this in a couple minutes here. Yeah, Bitcoin is holding really well. Like really, really, really well, guys. Ethereum over here, again, holding really, really well as well at these lows here. You're not seeing like the move down in crypto that I think a lot of people would have expected to see off of this type of move in the equity market and just fear globally here. The one thing that I think everybody needs to start thinking about, and we're going to talk about this a little bit more in a YouTube video later today, is now that we have seen this like true reaction in the market off of what is unfolding in the Middle East. Remember, the market was kind of looking for an excuse to sell, but it needed a reason. We've seen the market sell off to these levels here, this 676, 675 area, a couple of times, and all it's done is just bounce off of that area. But you can just, like, looking at a lot of these moves in the market, reading across just overall sentiment across social media here, you can tell that everybody's kind of ready for a push down so that we can turn the market back on and get some more favorable conditions. But this is what we want to see, guys. This is literally what we want to see. Yeah, Relly post earnings. Yeah, I saw that one. But again, like this is what we've been waiting for, guys. Like this is what I want to see. So I'm very excited about this. I hope you guys are too, because here's the thing. You guys in LTMP all know what happened the last time we got a nice push down in the market and what proceeded to happen after. It was generational gains. Now, there's another thing we have to start thinking about here too. There's kind of a few. now, again, like I was talking about before, now that we've gotten this push down, you now have to think about where the White House put is. And in other words, what that effectively means is that where does the market have to go to the downside for the White House to be like, all right, we're not going to play these games in the Middle East anymore to the degree that we have been, because this is getting really, really bad for markets, and it could really hurt the economy. Remember, hopefully you guys were paying attention to the YouTube video yesterday when I was talking about oil here. These spikes in oil can easily lead to, again, upward pressure on our inflation metrics across the board, which is not going to be good for, again, rate cut expectations moving forward. And you are then seeing that reflected yet again in the bond market. This is not what we want. This is what we want here. ZB, bond futures down again. Yields should be up a decent amount here. Yep. Not anything crazy, but you are seeing that bid come back in. So we got to think about where that White House put actually is. 200 EMA on the SPY could be an interesting area for that to actually play out here, which is right around like 655, 656 on the SPY. It's still a little close. Like if you were to go top to bottom on that move here, like what would we end up seeing? 6%. That's not bad. But we're still, guys, we're only down, what, 3.8% in the market here? It's the start, but it's not anything crazy yet. So team and ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of day again. Say good morning to somebody in the live chat. If you guys would like to say good morning to me, would love to receive some good mornings over here. If you guys are new to the group, new to the stream, new to the channel, let me know. I'd love to welcome you guys in here. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys are hitting that like button on the way in. Costs you absolutely nothing to do it, but it helps me out a whole lot, spreading these streams out to as many people who actually want to learn. Again, we got a 200 like goal on the stream. No slackers, everybody. We're slacking big time right now. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you guys are. Let's see what else we got here. Target. I mean, Target had a decent reaction to their earnings, but didn't qualify for post-earnings. And again, like I told you guys all in the pre-market plan today, hopefully you guys are all reading those. They're always going to keep you safe. There's really nothing to do today, besides maybe going for some post-earnings if that's what you wanted to do to get some action, if you wanted to touch something. But that's it. This market is not looking like it wants to do anything positive in the near future. It could rip itself back up here, but I'd say that's pretty unlikely. Why is Bitcoin holding its ground for now? Well, it's an interesting question. I think part of it is that, like, it's already sold off so much. I think you're going to see some of that. It's like also, like, why is software holding? You know, like why is software not drilling to new lows right now? And it's like, well, it's already down. Like it's already made these significant moves down. You know, that's kind of the way I'm looking at it right now. Let me see if we can find anything good. It is the start of a base, and I was talking about this yesterday on my X account that, like, it does look like it's basing out here. So, yeah, this does look like it's back above the daily 10, guys. And the one other thing that I'm looking at here too is coin. The brokers could look interesting here too, like a Robinhood. Robinhood, it's not going to look as good. Why is my computer stroking out here? Come on. Here we go. So Robinhood kind of basing, but that's more of a bear flag. You have Bull as well. Bull has earnings though. Computer's having an issue. I might just be trading you though, because everything else is fine on my end here. But yeah, guys, I can't even, like, I try to let you guys know when things are going to start to get very interesting. And I've been telling you guys for a while that, like, this market is just not looking good. We're due for this pullback here. We have all of these things hanging over the market's head. We now see that first sign that the market actually wants to trade lower. Now we have to see what it wants to do. If they, again, like I talked about in this period right here, when the market was making that move to the downside, you can see it on ES here, this move right here, when you then you got that rip back up. It's the same thing here, where the worst case scenario for this market is a rip back into the range. That's the worst case scenario. Because then you're just trapped in the same situation that you've been in. You want this move down. Every single person right now in the live chat across the market should be like, thank God we're seeing the market move down. Oh, is ServiceNow moving? That's crazy, honestly. These bases, that is pretty crazy here that we are seeing these bases in potentially basin breaks in the software sector. That is pretty crazy. Like, that's pretty nuts. Yeah, it's getting close. Again, though, guys, be very, 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 very careful touching anything. Please do not do anything stupid. Just because things look good does not mean we need to go slinging things all over the place, okay? Be very careful. Rally. That was on the watch list, wasn't it? That was on the watch list for this week. That looks great. Again, though, it's like we can maybe start looking at certain things, like maybe take a little bit of, but it's like half size, quarter size. Don't be going crazy with stuff, guys. We're not there yet to start really being like, all right, fun time. Neo buys up? I haven't looked at Neo in a little bit. How's this looking? Ooh, back down. You're probably gonna see this thing move down into the zone here. Low fours. That's what I would expect on that one. Low fours. You got earnings coming up. They did everything they needed to do though from a fundamental perspective to perform well over the next few years. So we'll see what happens with that one. Rally does look good though. Like the fact that software and Bitcoin are holding up here, guys, is very interesting to me. The dollar is ripping as well. There's an interesting kind of theory I can go through with you guys here on the dollar. Like it is starting to weak. Oh, you had a contract since earnings? Nice. Yeah, that post earnings. Make sure you guys are paying attention to the watch list. Again, that one was there for you. But yeah, that looks good. That broke today, I believe, at like 1710 or something. I don't know. What was the level on that one? It should have been on the watch list. If it wasn't, I mean, I think it was. Yeah, 1715. What else was there? The new ones. Where's UNH? And no, we're not gonna look at that anymore. I mean, that one, I'm usually not a fan of doing anything on UNH. If it sets up, I mean, I've handed you guys some pretty nasty 10x trades on UNH, but it's tough in this environment. Market trying to work its way back up a little bit here, but obviously, like when I was telling you guys the entire time up in these areas here that I am not convinced that it wants to move up, there's a method to the madness, guys. But what I'm really looking at here is sectors. Like, where's this? Rare earth down. What also that what do you call it? That quad U is really interesting too. Energy fuels. Like this company, we were talking about this one last time, the mastermind. Like that, this thing is strange. With what they have planning, the transition from uranium to rare earths, it's like that's a wild one. But yeah, market getting killed. We'll see what happens. This is like Christmas, guys. Like I feel like a lot of people are gonna look at this and be like, oh my god, this is the no. This is perfect. This is what we want to see. So let me see if there's anything new coming through any of the feeds here that we need to talk about. I don't necessarily think there is yet. But let me look. Second drone strike hits U.S. Embassy in Saudi Arabia. That's not good. U.S. Embassy was hit twice by drones Tuesday, damaging the roof and filling the chancery with smoke. Staff are sheltered in place. No injuries have been reported. Novo? Yeah, Novo's getting killed. That Kagrasima study, that's the second time that's really whacked Novo. The interesting thing that we're seeing today, though, that we haven't talked about yet, with the dollar that I want to talk about with you guys, is you're seeing the dollar ripping to the upside here. You're seeing Korea markets get whacked. You're seeing emerging markets getting absolutely hammered here. So it almost looks like money's flying back into into dollars, which there could be a lot of different reasons for that. But like in terms of like money kind of coming in to sit on the sidelines, ready to just like allocate, that could be very, very, very interesting. It is. I really enjoyed the breakdown you did last night. Oh, on Quad U, yeah, interesting company. You always thought they just did oil. Yeah, they do. I mean, it's all like uranium and rare earths. That's a very, very interesting company. Yeah, Novo might be one that I have to cut in the near future here, just because it's like if they really like. Sometimes I get them wrong. We'll see. They've done everything they needed to do with the rollout of oral Wegovy. It's just that new, what do you call it? Some of the new policies from the Trump administration with the price cuts and then the Kagrasima study, which Novo does some weird things too, where like when you looked at a lot of the data that was just reported, it's like not the same dose levels as Lilly, and it's like, guys, what are we doing? You're able to just like offer like very similar weight loss with lower doses, and you're not highlighting that. Very strange the way that they market. They need to change that. Yeah. All right, let me get back to the feed here, see if there's anything. Trump says Iran is running out of launchers. This whole thing, it's like stupid, I would say. This whole thing is just dumb. Like, from a market perspective, I love it because it's like finally we're getting the sell-off that we need, but it's also like, come on, guys, really? We're going to run on no new wars and ending conflicts and then just do the exact opposite all the time? It's like, come on now. Come on now. Trump also said he isn't going to negotiate anymore. It's yeah, but were they really negotiating in the first place if the last two big periods of negotiation just ended up in bombings? It's like none of it, it's just silly. Like from a market's perspective, it's like great, awesome, sell it off. Give us our buying opportunities. Let everybody who's super fearful in the market, again, get what they want and let us get what we want, these nice pullbacks, so then we can kind of get really good companies at a discount here. But just think about this from like other perspectives. It's like, really? He can't taco this one? Oh no, they'll find a way. They'll find a way. No art of the deal anymore. No. Like we were talking about before, there is a level in the market, the Trump put, the bailout level, where all of a sudden you'll just see the headline cycle switch. Because think about it like this. If you have one of these like big congressional hearings where Pam Bondi is getting asked questions about like the Epstein files, And then all of a sudden she's just like, yeah, but the Dow is above 50,000. It's like, okay, so you're all watching the market here. And one of the main ways that they are determining their success in their administration is how well the market does. So there is a point in the market here where if it falls by a certain amount, all of the headlines will switch. And you'll start seeing different developments. Oh, it's going to come to an end here. Oh, we're doing this. We're not really going to be doing this anymore. And then you start to see the market start to rally off of that. So now, like we were talking about yesterday, this is kind of like it's the start of the market being able to look for the end of the tunnel, but like you still have a long way to go. All right, why are these pharmacies so stupid? Him's partner, Strive Pharmacy, is reportedly planning to watch a compounded copy of Novo Oral Wegovy. Are they stupid? Are they dumb? I mean, Hims was actually looking like it was breaking, like trying to come out of the space today, but I'm not touching that thing. The plunge protection team. Yeah, that's basically what we would be looking at there. Like, when does the plunge protection team come out? It would be like two more days of this. Like, if you see the market get like move very quickly to the 200 EMA here, that's when the plunge protection team's coming out. Hims was breaking out. We saw it this morning, and I was just like, yeah, I mean, maybe, but like, I don't know about that. Israel orders troops to advance in Lebanon. Israel airspace to open gradually on Wednesday night. That was 45 minutes ago. Let's see. No missile launchers will remain for Iran. Tehran's military capabilities are constantly declining. Fed Schmid, the Fed is positioned well and the economy is performing well. Yeah, I mean, the 2 consecutive readings of above 50 on the manufacturing PMI is good, but like prices paid were pretty high. So, I mean, you can take that with a grain of salt. The headline was good, though. Where? Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I mean, you're at some interesting levels here. I want to see what SPX looks like. Yeah, okay. So you are kind of at this previous level where the market came out and it was just like, we're buying the dip here. If you close, I would say honestly, sub 6,700 is really dangerous just for like a waterfall move down. I mean, software's holding on here, guys, which is absolutely crazy. What's ServiceNow looking like? I mean, that looks pretty nutty. The fact that software and Bitcoin are holding on are interesting. Emerging markets. So you are seeing now a new shift because the whole trend. Where are utilities today? Murder. What about REITs? We can just take a look at XLRE. Murder. Gold and silver are getting killed. Like, you are seeing this shift, and it's like it's almost just like flight to cash, flight to cash, flight to cash. It's like people are just waiting. which I like. I like that type of action. Because if the market were to do the thing where it's just like continuously rotating, you're just in the same position that we are in up here. Like, where's RSP today? I bet if RSP is the, yeah. All right, we're in business here, guys. This is good. RSP down 2.5% here, market down 2.5. What does that tell us? Well, it tells us that Mag 7 is probably a little bit stronger than the broad market here, but all of the market is getting hit here, which is, again, I know it sounds counterintuitive, but that's good. We want to see this. Because you got to be ready for what comes next. Which is always going to be fun. Yeah, any other tickers or sectors that you guys want to look at, let me know. But I like what we're seeing today. Oh, you know what could have some fun too if Bitcoin actually makes that move? SoFi. What's SoFi doing today? Down 1.5? Yeah, I mean, you'd still have to base out and break to the upside here, but where's the weekly 200 on SoFi? It's 14, I think? 15.37? Okay. Yeah, I like this. Where is, tell us to go long AMC. No, stop. Stop. What about, like, I mean, we could just take a look and see where Mag 7 is. Like, NVIDIA, right at its 200. AMD, I would say below. That's not Mag 7, though. Meta. Meta's kind of fine. I mean, that doesn't look great on the daily there, but that's fine. Yeah, well, SoFi, remember, guys, like, please pay attention to, like, the things that I've been talking about here. One of the main reasons why SoFi, Robinhood, and Webull are getting hit so hard is because the market is going to view those as, like, one, correlated to Bitcoin, two, risk assets due to retail trading activity. Retail trading activity is not going to increase when the market is nuking like this. You don't have that exuberance. You don't have everybody wanting to take action. You don't have new accounts going up. Like, that's not, this environment is not good for companies like that. So it's like, well, yeah, it might be oversold, but, like, it was also up a boatload. But that could be another one to add to over the next couple of weeks if we see continued movements down in the market. Uber? It doesn't look bad. It's just, again, it's like the broad market's going to decide where something like that wants to go. I mean, software just looks interesting here. What about, like, DraftKings? Ralph just sent me DraftKings. That's the weekly. Ooh. It's grinding a little there. Infrastructure's holding on? Yes, but we also have to realize that, like, this is, if you see continued escalation, more strikes, the market's going to come down, and we want that. Like, in order for me, the first spot for me where I'm like, all right, I could start to look at this and start to, like, put some capital back into the market is really down at, like, 6,500 on ES. SPX is going to be what? 65.20, and the SPY level is what? That's 650? Yeah, 650, which would correlate to I think it's like 8%. Yeah, it's like almost 7% move down in the market. Next rotation that you're looking for. So right now, you can't really look for rotations in the market, guys. When I'm talking about rotations, it's not in, like, the broad market, if that makes sense. Like, it is. You are seeing the broadening. You were seeing the broadening in RSP, but what you're really looking for is you're playing hot potato with the safe havens. That's what they're doing. They went gold, silver, oil, like oil, not really safe haven, but like kind of like commodities, utilities, real estate, things like that. You're not looking like for the market to do, like, I would more so say like what you're looking at from that perspective is, oh, market sell-off, you get good buying opportunities. It's not, I wouldn't call it a rotation, you know? Yeah, semis down 5%, IGV only down 1. Yeah, like, and then the oil thing too, like, unless it like really goes more, like if it really gets into like the mid 80s, then you have a little bit of a problem with like an inflationary spike. But right now it's not that bad. And like, yes, I did nail this move for everybody, like on this shift on oil, but it's like, all right, it's played out. The gains are pretty crazy here. But you gotta like, okay, now we're waiting for what comes next. We can kind of sit on our hands and make sure that we're making the best decisions moving forward. Market's trying to work its way back up a little bit here, but not really in any significant way yet. We'll see. Path? No, below the 10. There's service now. Pacey is close. Yeah, all these software names are starting to move, which is crazy. Twilio, Crowd, Net, not Net, but what's Salesforce looking like? I just, again though, guys, it's like we're gonna talk about sectors and different names here, but it doesn't mean you need to be touching them right now with the market doing what it's doing. Be careful. We all know what's gonna happen once this thing actually like finalizes this move. We get through this conflict here with the data that we've been seeing across the market. So just make sure that you're doing what all the things that we've been talking about, preserving capital, making sure that you're understanding like what's driving this thing and when the market's gonna give us that green line. Because it's not yet. Software can still get killed. Bitcoin can still get, like, slaughtered. So market's working its way back up a little bit here. Let's see if we see anything on the news feed. Let's see. The Venezuela's right by compounding the cost shock. Oh, we'll move up there. Yeah, there's not really much coming through. Satellites showed damage at Iran's Natanz facility. That's really it. Rig? Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, yes and no. I mean, look at this thing. Like we've been talking about rig since when? Like down in the fours. Like It's almost up too much for it to continue there, I would say. What are the tankers doing today? Yeah, Nat back down, TRMD probably back down, but those trades yeah, I mean, that still looks great, though. This was just ridiculous. That's a 1 to 26 risk to reward. Even to the peak here, guys, that was a 1 to 31 risk to reward trade. Like, risk 1% of your account, make 30. There you go. All right, service now starting to move. Tessie's at an interesting spot here, too, I think. Yeah. Basing out here. Not basing, but just, like, coming down to these levels. Like, you've got this zone. Where is it? Like, right here. Oops. It's a little fish hook in the market. Let's see. Remember, worst case scenario is ripping back up. And what we could end up seeing, guys, is a period like we saw. We're still pretty far down. Like we saw, let's say, yesterday and leading into today, where we see these like big down moves, big up moves, giant moves down, moves back up, and it's again that period where you go into the it's so over, we're so back territory where you cannot let yourself get trapped into. You absolutely cannot. We have to think about like the context of the overall market, and it's like, how far are we off the highs? 3 point something percent. It's like, okay, it's a decent move, but it's not really anything to say like, all right, this is time. This is like a really good risk to reward opportunity in the market. That's how you get yourself in real big trouble. And you got to be really careful doing that. Or buy a $25 contract for TRMD and sell it for $180. Nice, Adrian. Yeah, that was a good one. Service now starting to go a little. That's crazy. If that thing rips, that's going to be surprising. But hey, maybe it does. Maybe it does. You never know. Where's IGV right now? It's at 5 day. That's crazy. Software at high of day when the market's down 1.8. Crazy. Bitcoin. Dude. The funniest thing would just be if Bitcoin rips here. Like, where's Coin right now? Is this thing bouncing back up? Yep, Coinbase, high of day. MSOS higher? Ooh. Yeah, not a great chart. I mean, now's moving. Market's trying to work its way back up. U.S. Embassy in Beirut says it will be closed until further notice due to ongoing regional tensions. Oh, there's Pace C. Service now is moving. Dude, I swear to God, if that thing rips in this market, and if this market just like rips its way back up into this chop period, it's just gonna be like, oh boy, here we go again. Coin's moving. Yeah, you might just be coming up to test this. You know what I want? I want more volatility zones for you guys. I just don't really see them because it's just grinding. Pacey chain is horrible. Guys, please be careful. Like, please be careful. It would be so funny if Bitcoin just goes Rip City up to like 80K. I don't know how it would do that, but like, it could. Because like the thing that I'm thinking about with this market right now is we've been in this period of consolidation for so long. We got the initial war news over the weekend. We got that very strange day yesterday of the gap down, it moved back up. Okay, cool. Then we sold off aggressively today. But like, there's so many things that people are worried about in this market right now, and they just haven't been able to just like really get that move down yet. So maybe they do try and rip it. Service now new highs. There's no way they let that happen. Who's buying the dip and why? Are we just gonna be alright with war? Are we just gonna, is the market just gonna be like, meh, whatever? It might be. I don't know. We'll see. That's why I keep telling you guys, it's like you gotta wait for the dust to settle on a lot of these moves here. You gotta wait for the dust to settle in the market. Fed Williams, oil prices do influence inflation, and that impact would change the near-term inflation outlook. We will have to reassess persistence. Uh-oh. People are fed up of so much chop. Right, but like if you just send it back into the zone, you're just going to chop again. There's no way Bitcoin makes a new day high, right? There's no way Bitcoin makes a new day high, right? this freaking market. This thing is nutty. Microsoft is green? Well, I mean, software. Yeah. Yeah. I see that, Adrian. Big candle. Not a whole lot of volume. Decent amount of volume. Nothing too crazy. Circle still ripping? Oh my god. Guys, this post earnings was ridiculous. This was already 1,000%er. This was given out to you. The break on this on the 5-minute was 76. The stock's at 98 like 5 days later. So again, you guys all know the deal. You guys can get 2 weeks free to the LTMP group. Links at the top of the live chat. Make sure you guys take advantage of that before I pull that. Coin's moving. This is so silly. It's almost like the most illogical outcome here just like makes the most sense, if that makes sense. Bitcoin's trying to get up to there to those highs. Circle's trying to get over 100. All right. Let her rip, I guess. Plug moving back up. Yeah, I'm not really looking at Plug on the post earnings at all, really. I don't like those $2 stocks on post earnings. I'm never gonna really be looking at. I mean, now you're right back up to where we were this morning. Are we so back, guys? Guys, are we so back? Don't let yourselves get sucked in. Careful. What else? What's RSP doing? RSP is really working its way back up. Oh, you know what I want to take a look at? Where's the VIX? Where are we at here? You hit 30 yet? No. No, not yet. This freaking market, man. Snap. Nah, not the biggest fan of that. Bitcoin breaks the base YOLO coin. Well, coin needs 186.64. Bitcoin needs above 70,000. Could it happen? I mean, not out of the question. This market is ridiculous. We'll see, but this is why I keep saying you gotta wait for the dust to settle. The market will tell you what it wants to do. It's been telling us for the last 4 weeks that it wanted to make a move down. Hims is just garbage. A circle cracked above 100. That's crazy. That thing is a monster. It's interesting. The VIX isn't up that much. I mean, it's up 18%, but like, this is kind of what I'm saying. It's like you haven't really gotten like, actually, you know what I want to look at? Where's this fear and greed index at? Are we at extreme yet? No, we're just at fear. Huh, okay. I mean, one more significant down day would probably get you into extreme fear. MSTR. I bet MSTR doesn't look bad. Yeah, I mean, kind of same deal here. You need to get above 140. Freaking service now is making new highs. Like, what? Okay. Yeah, I think, I mean, what do we have for oil now, too? Like, is oil giving it back here? Is that what we're seeing? No. No, oil is still pushing towards the highs here. Interesting. Where's the dollar? It's coming down a little, but it's still up there. Where's the 10-year? Not really doing anything. This is silly. Service down, basin break, ripping. Okay. Let her rip, I guess. No radioactive leakage recorded at Natanz after U.S.-Israel strikes. Path? I don't really like Path. I can take a look, though. I don't like that. It's just below the 200 EMA with earnings coming up. Like, it's not going to be something I'm interested in. Service now still going. Is the market still going? A little. That's so silly. UAE considers striking Iranian missile sites as regional war spreads. Ooh. I don't know how I feel about that. You're seeing China make statements here. It's like, if they let this get a little out of control, it's like, you don't want people starting to step up here and starting to take sides and get involved like the U.S. is doing. That Rubio comment yesterday, too, was wild. I don't know. I mean, it almost is like, they've got to be just, like, looking at Marco Rubio right now and being like, dude, don't, like. That was crazy. Market's still pushing. 80SK. I think we looked at that one earlier. Yeah, it just needs to flatline more if we're looking at that. I can't believe Service Now is doing this. I mean, coin is moving. Is Bitcoin moving towards the highs? Yep. So, I would say watch out for this little area here, right around 6,800 for a potential pullback in the market. We'll see, but that's looking like we could see a little bit of a pullback there. You kind of just V-shaped it off the lows. Yeah, now is making new highs. Like, I don't know, guys. We've been talking about this software stuff. The news was good. Software is about to break here. 54% on Service Now. Nice. Guys, remember, again, just keep your risk in check. If you're going to touch anything, be very careful. Because, like, you got to realize, too, you get a pullback in this market, now's done. Coin's done. But, like, it's not going to keep going. They might hold a little bit better than the broad market, but they're not going to continue. So, I would say getting back up to this zone, another 13 points on ES here. That's where I'd look to be a little bit more careful because there might be something getting spread, like circulated throughout the feed, but like I haven't really seen much here. Like now we're seeing UAE consider striking Iran as war spreads. The UAE is weighing military action against Iran after enduring 186 missile and 812 drone attacks, the most of any Gulf country since the war began. Despite intercepting most strikes, the attacks killed 3 and wounded around 70, targeting civilian infrastructure and oil facilities. So now we have that to look forward to. But it's like, have we seen anything from the White House or the Trump admin? I haven't seen anything. Or Israel, I haven't seen anything come out. And these feeds are usually pretty on it. I can look somewhere else, but I haven't seen anything that would say, oh yeah, there's IGV. That's crazy. IGV's breaking out here of its little base. U.S. Embassy, Muscat lifts shelter in place order. No radioactive leakage. UK PM Starmer, we're sending helicopters with counter-drone capabilities. Yeah, 41 minutes ago. I don't see anything. Second strike hitting hitting Saudi embassy. Again, I don't see anything that would be causing this little buy the dip area. Especially like oil's not giving it back yet. It's almost like yesterday. It literally is almost like yesterday. Like oil, yeah, a little bit. Like oil's giving it back a little bit here, but like not, like this is doing nothing today, right now. Opens and then flatlines. Bitcoin's looking to make new highs on the day. Trying to. Very interesting action today. That's a pretty clear break here so far in software. We got that little inverted head and shoulders. I mean, that could get interesting. Was there anything else? I mean, we can take a look at some more software names if we need to. We can look at that right now before we wrap up. Palantir, Oracle, Salesforce, Intuit. Yeah, Intuit's going. APP? No. ServiceNow, we know how that's looking. I don't want top 10. I want all of them. Nope, I don't want top 10. I want all of them. Adobe, ripping, Autodesk, you guys brought up. What's CDNS looking like? Nah, I don't like that. EA, it's in the game. Take Two. Take Two looks good. MicroStrategy, isn't it? Workday. Workday starting to base out and break. Zoom. No. What else? No, I don't want. It's a freaking list of stocks. I'm not subscribing to get a list of stocks, you a-holes. Yeah, BlackRock. Here we go. Give me the holdings. Holdings. Thank you. Show more. Here we go. Zscaler. What's that look like? No. Oh, Team Atlassian? Not really. Docu's a weird one. Unity, what's that look like? Unity, that could be nutty. I'm not seriously hunting. I'm just looking at things and being like, okay, these are some of the setups here. Bmnr is in this thing? Circle, we know. Ooh. How's Soundhound look? Nah. I mean, CLSK can get the crypto boost. But we already know the crypto ones we want to look at. BB. Market dipped a little there. So, all right, guys, we are going to wrap it up here for today. We'll see. Crazy, crazy, crazy market. Please, like, don't do anything stupid. I'll have a YouTube video out for you guys later today, so make sure you guys have notifications turned on for the channel here. Again, it's an interesting one. We'll see if we can get that further pushed down here. I'd love to see that in the market. But if not, and they're going to whip this thing all around, it's fine too, I guess. I mean, we'll be focused on the post earnings and just continuing with the same game plan that we have been. So, folks, have a great rest of your day. Don't do anything stupid, please. This is still the time period where we need to sit back, relax, and wait. So, folks, I'll see you guys later.